So we all know that a great story has a character who wants something. They can't have it, so they do something about that, and then something changes because of what they do. When you think back to that first piece, the character, what is a character? A lot of people get stuck when trying to develop characters for their stories and then custom tailor wants and their actions around that. So what I've found over the last 12 years is that the most effective way to think of a character is that a character has a consistent set of skills and a consistent personality type. Skills basically just means that there are different things that they are good at, okay at, and not so good at. And their personality type is just kind of about their preferences and their patterns and what it is they're trying to do. We'll discuss both skills and personality types in the next couple of episodes. But what do I mean by consistent? There's a big difference between consistent and predictable. Your main goal as a writer is to create a piece of writing where people reading it want to find out what happens to your character, where they really care and get invested in the character. And that doesn't mean they have to like the character. It doesn't mean they have to relate to the character. It simply means that they are interested in finding out where this is going to go. And one of the ways that some writers turn off readers or make them not care about the characters is by creating inconsistent characters. So the difference here is consistent just means that we get a sense or a feel of who the character is, and they aren't changing dramatically from page to page because we kind of want to get a sense that what's happening in the story makes sense based on who this character is. What we don't want is a predictable story, though. We don't want a story where we go, oh, I know what's coming. Oh, I know what's going to happen next. Oh, of course, that's what they did. No, I'm not talking about that. But I mean consistent. Just that we've kind of created like a set of rules for the character that it's like, here's how they play the game. No matter what you throw in front of them, here's the general way that they're going to go about things. And I've found that looking at skills, what a character is good at, okay at, not so good at, and looking at their personality type, their preferences, their patterns of the ways that they act, has been the most helpful thing to help writers create really strong characters and then go on to craft incredible stories around that character. Because that defining who that character is kind of influences what it is that they would want, what they would do about it, why they can't have it, and what changes because of what they do. So before we start to dissect and unpack the different skills and what high or medium or low, like good, okay, not so good at means, and before we look at all the personality types, today I'd just like you to think, who are those characters that you cannot turn away from? Who are those characters in a book, graphic novel, Netflix series, movie, whatever? Who are those characters that you became really invested in and you wanted to find out what was going to happen to them next? What was going to happen to them next? Where are things going with them? So, who are those characters? And if you can, answer why could you not turn away from them? What was it about them as a character, them as a person, that you became addicted to or invested in?